It's HFC. I'm Emil. That's Tyler. We're about a week removed from E3, and we're just going to talk about the games we're excited about or what was mentioned and stuff that we want to keep an eye on. Go.
All right, so on my list here, so we did like two lists. One list is like things that we're definitely gonna get day one, and then one list is like just stuff that we're gonna keep an eye on. I didn't like this is like no particular order because I don't really care about E3 that much. I just kind of like it.
It's not
It's
really
just-
the same.
Yeah, it's interesting, but like half the stuff that gets announced is gonna get canceled, so it's like whatever. You don't. Anyways, first thing on my list is Outer Worlds 2.
That's actually first on my list, too.
Yeah, so there's no release date or anything yet, as far as I could tell. It's coming to Game Pass day one. That's pretty much all we know. The trailer, if you haven't seen it, is phenomenal.
God, the trailer. Okay, so the trailer was like if Abstro from Thieves Gaming had made the trailer. It was the perfect amount of sarcasm and sass.
Yeah.
Like, hey, here's a beautiful trailer that's definitely not gameplay. Oh, there's no information to tell. We've barely started.
It's really good. I'll probably put up like a couple screenshots or something over whatever the hell you're watching right now. Probably Breath of the Wild or something, I don't know. And then I think it just looks really good. Outer Worlds 1 was really awesome. I remember it very specifically because I had like the weekend off work and I remember when it came out and I played the hell out of it.
I remember
It was a lot of fun.
I never beat it, but I enjoyed every second that I played of it, and I do want to actually sit down and start playing it right now that we're talking about it.
It's a lot of fun. If you've never played it before, I highly recommend it. If you don't know, it's made by Obsidian. I think pretty much everyone knows that, but Obsidian is famous for like all of their RPG stories, like Fallout New Vegas.
Which, I mean, if you want to compare Outer Worlds to anything, compare it to
Yeah.
that.
It's so good. Anyways, we don't really know much about that, so on to the next one.
Yeah, no. Second on my list is actually Forza Horizon 5. Like, I've actually been a fan of the Forza Horizon games since like 3.
Yeah, same.
And it's like the reason that I rebought an Xbox One because they canceled Scalebound, and so I sold my old Xbox.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it looks really good. It looks almost photorealistic because they're using that photogrammetry, whatever the hell technology.
Magic.
Yeah, it's magic. I don't know. I think it's going to be good, even if it's not like up to PlayStation standards visually.
Yeah.
It's a racing game and it's Forza, so it's like best in the game. So
it looks really good. There's like a lot of footage that you can go watch. It's pretty awesome. It's in Mexico.
Yeah, it's taking place in Mexico. And what's funny is that when they were first showing it and it had that like peaceful music, I said, oh, it's going to be like a Horizon Zero Dawn ripoff game. And then it was just Forza Horizon. So I was like,
nice.
One word right.
We're watching the trailer right now. It looks really good. It looks like a lot of desert, which I don't know.
Well, I mean, like I said, whenever they revealed it, we're looking at the volcanic part right now, and I was just like, oh, I can't wait to drive into a volcano. There's going to be some crazy race that has to do with like hovercraft and a volcano. There has to be.
Maybe it'll like show the like beaches and stuff, and that'll be awesome. I'm excited to see. So we were talking the other day about like the DLC. Like every Forza has had sort of like a weird DLC. Like there was like a Lego one. There was
Lego. There was Hot Wheels, and
there was like a Halo thing.
Well, yeah, but that was just included.
Yeah. There was that Fortune Island or whatever the hell.
Fortune, yeah, it was.
But
just
that was just kind of like an expansion.
It was weird. It was good. It was weird.
One of the earlier ones, I think it was like Horizon 2 or 3, had Top Gear, like the original Top Gear. It was like Jeremy Clarkson, James May, and Richard Hammond, like narrating as you played, which was really cool. I would like to see them bring that back, but that's just me. But yeah, no, they had. I don't know. Maybe they'll do the Lego thing again, but
I don't know if I would. I don't know. They don't need to do another Lego thing. I think I'd mentioned it would be interesting if they just kind of followed the Crew 2's
oh yeah
thing, and they introduced like flying and
like planes
water
and stuff.
craft. Yeah. Or if they wanted to go really ridiculous, they could be like, oh, you can strap wings onto your Lamborghini Aventador and fly through the air.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
I would do it. I'd play it.
They have these weird, like, I'm not sure. I wonder if that right there, where he doesn't, like, get out of the car, but, like, the camera moves past the car.
No, yeah, so that's, like, if you've played any of the Forza games, like, especially in 3 and 4, there's the photo mode where you just kind of drive up on a vista of sorts, some famous place, and you just take a snapshot.
Yeah,
I think that's what that is when it like drives up on that mural in central Mexico.
Okay, yeah, so I remember him saying that there's going to be like lots of like artwork and stuff. This looks really foliage heavy now. Whereas before it started in like a desert.
So they talked about how this game is going to be the biggest Forza map yet.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Forza Horizon 4, it was basically a 1-to-1 scale of the UK. If they're going anywhere close to a 1-to-1 scale of Mexico, they have a lot of ground to cover, which I'm excited to see. This right here, so in this part of the trailer that we're watching now, we'll probably like link it in the description.
It's like a map editor.
They're talking about, you can like create your own tracks and share them online with people, which I think that's a series first.
That's going to be awesome.
That's going to be, amazing. I could see a lot of people coming up with like Turbo Mania type stuff. I think that's what it's called. Trackmania Turbo. That's what it is. Or even like Mario Kart with realistic cars.
Yeah. It makes me think of the original Trials Evolution on the 360 had like a community center where you could like download these tracks that other people had created, and like there was like a Terminator one, there was like a Batman one or something. There was like all these like ridiculously awesome tracks that people made that you could like download and play, and it makes me excited to see like what people are gonna make, because obviously they're gonna have like way more. I don't know, like they had like somebody made like a game, like a bowling, like the trailer starts with like like cars knocking over bowling pins and like going over this like a jump pad thing. I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
It's gonna be awesome.
Here for it.
So it comes out, if you don't know, it comes out on Game Pass November 9th of this year. So we don't have that long to wait, really.
No, and I'm one who I'm definitely downloading it day one. I'm gonna play it on like the 4K performance mode. And I'll spend the like $20 for the VIP pass, because that shit is worth it when you're into these kind of games.
Yeah,
you just get a bunch of free cars, a bunch of free currency, and you get to like customize your drivatar, which is a fun word to say.
It'll be on the previous consoles or the previous Xbox consoles as well. If you still have like a 1X, you can still play it there.
Yeah, or a 1S, God forbid.
Yeah, good luck playing it. It probably won't even run on a 1S. All right, next game on my list is Halo Infinite.
Okay, so that's the first one on my keep an eye on list.
Yeah. So I don't really have much information because there isn't much information. I mean, apart from like just kind of the stuff that we all already know. They did announce that the multiplayer, and this is like probably my favorite aspect of like anything they've announced so far, is that the multiplayer is free to play, and it's not gonna have all this like BS that's in Call of Duty now, where like buy the battle pass for $20 and then play it for 3 months or whatever, and then do that. It's like they're just like, nah, we're just making a game, and it's gonna have some multiplayer.
Yeah, and
that's it.
And if you buy if you buy the battle pass, it doesn't expire. Like,
exactly.
They're gonna have seasons where you buy a battle pass, but if you decide to download this game a year after its release and you download the battle pass, you can go all the way back to the first year's day one battle pass stuff and get that stuff.
I didn't use the right verbiage. It'll have a battle pass, but it's not like it's not like the other crap that's like in a lot of first person shooters now, where like if you don't play the game every day, you're gonna fall behind. You can jump in at any point, and it's free.
Yeah,
that's the one thing not to love about that.
That's the one thing that appeals to me, is that it's going to be a free to play like Halo multiplayer. In terms of the actual Halo Infinite game, I have a few gripes, mainly to do with the fact that somehow looks worse than when they revealed the gameplay last year before the launch of the new consoles. Even though they talked about, we're going to delay it so that we can fix all of the complaints that you guys have. It looks worse. The lighting doesn't look as good as even the reveal trailer. The gameplay and the textures don't look nearly up to code, and I think part of that is to do with the fact that they have to focus on both last gen and current gen now. So but I'm also one of those people that cares a lot about visual fidelity when I'm playing a game like that, especially if the developer says that they're going to fix something and then they obviously haven't.
What's interesting about the Halo graphics, though, that I think is, I don't know, that like I haven't seen anybody point this out yet, is that Halo 4, when it was released, which was the first 343 led Halo game post Bungie, was probably one of the best looking games on the 360 out of any of the games. I mean, it was like the end of the 360's life cycle, but it was like one of the best looking games on the entire console. I mean, it was like, it still looks good today. And it's I mean, unless they did like a bunch of reshuffling or hiring and firing, I'm assuming it's the same team that's doing the graphics and everything for Infinite. I don't know. It may not look good now, but I'm confident that at launch, or at least around launch, within like the first month or so, I bet they can figure it out.
I bet you they do too. I think right now I've been spoiled by PlayStation just cranking out these amazing looking games, even like last generation games that look better than what Halo Infinite's looking like at this point.
Yeah. Like you were playing this is way off topic.
Oh god, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I was going to mention.
I'm in love with that game, man.
It looks real, which is weird because it's like not
it looks like you're watching while you're playing it looks like you're watching a pre-rendered like Pixar film.
Yeah, exactly. It has like that Pixar animation quality that's like, I don't know, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only the animation, it's the lighting, it's their heavy use of the ray tracing technology, which this early in a game system's life cycle I would not have expected.
So now we just need Xbox's teams to do the same.
And I feel like we're not going to see them do the same thing unless they decide to outsource to a Sony studio.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. It's possible. I don't know. A man can dream. But I do like that Xbox now has direct access to id Tech. And it makes me wonder if like they're going to incorporate anything. I mean, I feel like it would make Halo play weird, but I'm not sure. Maybe there's something that they can pull a few guys away from id to like as like a consultation thing or something for 343, but to just, I don't know, get the flow of the game right. They're introducing a grappling hook, which looks awesome.
And it looks like a direct rip-off of Doom Eternal, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I don't care. I love Doom Eternal. I want everything to rip off Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is one of the best games ever made, and I love it so much.
You know, it's actually, okay, so it's great that you brought that up, and them having access to id, because that leads me into, unless we're still talking about Halo Infinite, the Doom Eternal next gen update was announced with like up to 120 frames a second on current gen systems, ray traced graphics, new lighting systems, just everything looking and running better on the new systems. And I am excited for that because the game, even running on PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One, and all that, was running 60 FPS, and that id engine 2, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
It's so graphically advanced that like the screen space reflections and screen space shadows look really damn good. Like their system, their graphics engine is so advanced that like now that Microsoft has access to id Tech, I would love it if they could incorporate that into some of their future games. And now, like, with Doom Eternal's next gen update coming out, like, what, in another week?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I didn't write.
I can't wait to get my hands on it. Can't wait to replay Doom Eternal.
Yeah. Yeah. Any excuse to replay Doom Eternal for the like 9th time for me would be hell of a lot of fun. I love that game. It's probably one of the only games where I've played literally everything in it. I mean, I haven't like platinumed or whatever. I don't know. I played it on Xbox, and not like platinums on Xbox, but I played like all the DLC all the way through, which I've like never done for a game. I don't know. It was fun as hell. The next game that I have on my list, which you can probably talk more about, to be honest, because I didn't watch all of the gameplay, but Guardians of the Galaxy. It caught me off guard because
somehow this game had like leaked a week before E3 even happened, and I didn't hear about it. And I am one of those people that follows every bit of like video game leaking news that's out there. This game looks good, and it looks like they've been working on it for a while. It's releasing this year.
Yeah,
and it's not part of like the Marvel's Avengers.
It's its own. It's a completely its own game, and it's single player, which is good.
And the way that it looks like it's taking a lot of inspiration from Mass Effect in terms of building your relationships, unlocking new weapons and armors, maybe not character customization, because it's the same character or it's like set characters, but
it's like a role play type thing.
They also hired on. Oh God, sorry. They also hired on like Marvel writers from the comic books to come up with a story for this game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to be good.
It's interesting because so like if you don't know, or I'm probably showing the footage or whatever of it now, but you play as Star-Lord. He's like the main protagonist. So like Chris Pratt's character, if you're like a fan of the movies.
Disclaimer: it's not Chris Pratt in the game.
It's not. It's still the like rip-off versions, kind of like Marvel's Avengers that they did that the Square Enix still the same people did. But I don't know. I have a theory that either these characters were characters that they were planning to incorporate into the Avengers, or they were going to make a Guardians of the Galaxy game like the Avengers and just make people pay for it as like another live service type thing, because the game is like looks like it's almost done. I mean, it's not, I guess. But
okay, so the reason I don't think that would be the case is because it's being developed by, what is it, Eidos Montreal, the guys behind the Just Cause games.
Yeah.
And so...
But they got it done so fast.
If you believe them, they've been working on it for like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Since before... I guess even before the Avengers game came out.
The Avengers game has been like in quote development for like 15 years before it came out, and like people battled over rights for that game forever before it finally came out. So I guess you're probably right. Guardians of the Galaxy has probably been in development for...
I think honestly they probably started developing the game as soon as James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy saw the success that it did, because these were characters that weren't mainstream Marvel at the time.
It seems to have like the same soundtrack as well.
Yeah, oh god, yeah.
They played like a lot of the same songs.
That's another thing. I can't wait to play the game and just have awesome like 70s and 80s hair rock playing in the background.
They also like, at least the trailer, it seemed like they had different choices and stuff that you could make in the story, and like, I don't know, it is very Mass Effect-y, it seems like anyways, in the sense that like you can sort of direct the story how you want to play it. I don't know. We need to find out more information about it, but I also wrote down that there's a cloud version of the game coming to the Switch, which I kind of thought was interesting. I don't plan to play it there, but if you want to, there you go.
No, I'll just God, I don't know. I'll wait to see if it either comes to Game Pass or if it'll be on PS Plus, or if it's not, I'll buy it probably day one.
Yeah, that'll be a game that I'll probably buy, because it looks really good. Actually, it looks like a lot of fun, and I'm glad that like we're getting games that like you're no longer switching characters constantly, because I want to just play one person.
Yeah,
and I'm glad that they did that. And it's also, I wrote the release date's actually coming out October 26th of this year, unless it gets delayed, which is incredibly likely. But
yeah, we are still in the middle of a pandemic.
I mean,
even though everything's kind of... Anyway, we don't have to get into that.
Yeah, but if one of these games on this list gets delayed, I could see... Well, there's another game on this list, actually, that I could see getting delayed even more so. But Guardians of the Galaxy would be the one that I would say would get delayed.
All right, so next one I want to talk about Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. So, like, this is a game that's been in development for, I don't know, 10 years, much like the crappy movie verse that James Cameron is trying to create. Now, the game looks good. They showed a pre-rendered trailer, but apparently when they showed this trailer to, like, Disney executives, it's what led Disney to let Ubisoft Massive develop an open world Star Wars game. So if Disney's impressed with this Avatar game, I feel like I'm going to be impressed with it too.
Yeah.
Especially just getting to explore the world of Pandora.
It looks interesting.
If they make it anything like OG Assassin's Creed on an alien planet, I'm here for it.
I've always liked that world because you have like the natives and then you have like these like marine guys. I have Avatar on like my list of things that I'm gonna keep an eye on, and I wrote the game is in first person. It's open world.
Actually, they haven't confirmed if it's first person or not.
I think I read it on their website. I think.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, then I don't want to play it.
It's open world. It's next gen exclusive, and it's coming out next year, supposedly.
Yeah, no. If it's first person, I'm not playing it. No, I want to see my blue person.
I'm still playing it. That sounds awesome.
I want to see my blue person full frontal. Thank you.
I'm good. I want to play the marine side, really, because I'm most interested in them.
Okay, so they have actually confirmed that you're not going to play as the Marines, you're playing as the Na'vi the entire time.
Oh, that sucks.
So it's not going to be like the 2000. Right. It's not going to be like the 2009 game where you were.
I remember reading
one
about
or
that.
The other. Yeah,
that really sucks. All right, the next game on my list is like the game that I'm looking forward to the most out of everything on this list, and it comes out this year. Battlefield 2042 looks freaking sick.
Hell yes.
At least, I mean, I was a Call of Duty, I was a Medal of Honor fan first, and then I went Call of Duty, and then I went Battlefield around Battlefield 1 time, and it's hooked me ever since. And Battlefield 2042 looks absolutely awesome. It looks like a mixture of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, which is incredible. They brought back like a lot of the like the buildings collapsing. There's like a tornado type thing in one of the situations. In the trailer they have I forget what it's called, but from I think Battlefield 2 or Battlefield, I want to say Battlefield 2, but I could be wrong. The thing where like the guy jumps out of the plane and then like rocket launches or whatever the guy in the plane next to him and then gets back in his own plane. That's there's a name for that. I can't remember what it is, but it looks awesome. I wrote down a few notes for it. It's only the conquest, or they will have the conquest mode. I don't know if it's only the conquest mode. That's just what I made a note of. Up to 128 players. Sounds awesome. They're introducing specialists, which I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to, I mean, I can take or leave them. The specialists in Black Ops 3 were some of my favorite because you had like a person with the bow or the sparrow. You had like a guy with a flamethrower and stuff. That's cool. If they introduce anything kind of like that, I mean, I don't know. I can take it or leave it. You can, if you want to know like exactly what the specialists are, you can actually go to the website and they have them, or they have like most of them listed. There's like a couple of them that they locked on their website for surprise to reveal. Probably means they haven't even thought of them yet. So they announced that they're going to do seasons, and they're going to be like 3 months, or around about 3 months, and then they're going to have a free and a paid battle pass, which I'm assuming is going to function the same way that Black Ops Cold War does now, where they have you get like so many levels for free or something. I don't know. They're going to show more at EA Play Live, which is on July 22nd, and then it will be both next gen and last gen. So
and it's like
there's that
128 player multiplayer on next gen and then 64 player multiplayer on last gen.
Yeah.
So, and it's supposed to be like cross generation multiplayer. So I wonder how that's supposed to work.
I have no idea. I don't know. It looks cool. I'm excited about the conquest mode specifically because I love the sort of like domination type thing where you have like flags all around the map and everybody has to conquest.
Mm-hmm.
And just having like sort of a modern shooter again with like a reliable way to play that. I don't know. Just sounds fun as hell. Go look it up. It's coming out October 22nd of this year, unless it gets delayed or something, but I don't think it will. Again, EA Play is on July 22nd, so I mean, there's not really much to know about the game till then, so we'll just wait
All right, so next for me is the Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
Oh God!
So
I didn't put this on either of my lists.
Okay, so before E3 even started, I told Tyler, you know what would come out of left field that no one's gonna expect? The sequel to Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
And I said, hell no. There's no way. That game did not make enough money.
And then guess what was like the first game announced at Ubisoft?
I guess people enjoyed it.
Okay, so I looked it up. They sold like 2.8 million copies. Not bad for something that's made by Ubisoft.
That's really good.
I mean, okay, so I enjoyed the first game. I played it through a couple of times, and I've wanted more of it since I beat that. Now with Sparks of Hope, it's, you're flying through space, you're going to different planets, helping like Rosalina Rabbid to, I don't know, liberate the slaves of evil Rabbid Bowser or something. I don't know, it looks ridiculous, it looks stupid, it looks like the first game, which was fun. So I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. If you're unfamiliar with the concept, it's like XCOM, just more kid-friendly, I guess. Yeah. And this second one kind of evolves the movement mechanics. You're no longer on a grid. You're like running around in circular formations. There's more free-flowing movement, new weapons. Each character has their own weapon class.
Yeah.
Which in the first game, it was like Luigi Rabbid was a sniper and Mario was a run and gunner. Peach Rabbid was like she threw bombs. Now it seems much more like every character has their own class that you have to worry about.
Yeah.
So, like, we're watching the trailer right now, and
they changed some of the weapons, didn't they?
Yeah, so Mario has double blasters now instead of one blaster. Peach has actual Peach, not Rabbid Peach. Peach has a umbrella hammer. They each have these Rabbid Lumas, which they're calling Sparks, which I think are supposed to give you, like, boosts in battle. They haven't really revealed what their purpose is yet.
Yeah.
But this game is coming out, I think it's this year. I didn't really write any of that down. I didn't care enough to look at it that much.
I don't blame you, because most of this stuff is going to get delayed or canceled anyways. I mean, this won't, but...
Yeah, no, this one definitely won't, especially because, like, Mario's father, the creator, what's his name?
I have no idea.
Sorry, Shin, or whatever your name is. You're not watching this. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be good. Anything Mario related, especially in this wacky ass universe, I'm here for it.
There's like these like weird like children of the forest that just like emerge. It looks interesting. We played the first one actually when it came out. We played a little bit of it. We might need to go back and record it.
I'm 100% down for it. Okay, so like, look, Luigi has a bow in this trailer.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah, he has a bow and arrow, and it's probably going to be some energy thing.
It says coming 2022.
Oh, okay, so I was wrong. Yeah, it's probably, I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good.
I could see that being in April, or like a
launch title for the Switch Pro. Yes, I agree.
Well, yeah, maybe. or it's a good summer game, maybe.
I mean, because like the gameplay sneak peek trailer, the graphics look way better than the first game, and the first game already looked good.
Yeah.
This like evolution of the, I think they're using the Anvil Next engine, which is like the Assassin's Creed and Immortals engine. I could see this being, if the rumored Switch Pro is legit, I could see it being a launch title and running like 4K 60. Because the quality visually that this game has is, I don't know, on par with Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, it looks good. It's the sort of the style of it is very Immortals-esque. So instead of the grid, you have kind of like this defined space that you can move in. It's like a little line that goes around you, and I guess you can't move out of that line. It reminds me of like a JRPG or something. Where, like, it goes to, like, a plane where you can move around.
Yeah,
like
it's like turn-based combat.
Yeah. It looks really, I don't know, looks cool. I'm not going to play it, but we might play it on the channel.
By we, you mean me, because I love this shit.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit there and watch him play it. It looks cool. I'm down.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out who that, like, weird goth rabbit is. I mean, who is she?
I have no idea.
Why does she look the way she does? She's not, unless she's Bowser.
I didn't play the first
God,
game.
what if she's Bowsette?
Oh God. All right,
what's next for you?
Next on my list is actually a game that I don't know a lot about, but I put it on my list anyways. Is Back 4 Blood, and this is
Ass.
No, it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna love it.
Ass.
I mean, it has co-op campaign and co-op multiplayer. It's day one Game Pass. It's basically Left 4 Dead, but not. It's developed by like the team, I think, but they weren't allowed to use Left 4 Dead because like Valve, I guess, owns the publishing rights, and they were just like, we're gonna make Back 4 Blood, and then put the 4, and we're just gonna rip off our own project.
Yeah,
sue us, we dare you, kind of thing.
Here's what I have to say about that.
It looks awesome.
Pass. No, I'll probably play it with you. I'm not gonna like pick it up and avidly play it by myself.
It's a game that you like play with your friends. That's like what Left 4 Dead was. So another thing is that they baked roguelike elements into it, sort of with like you get like these wild card type things. I don't really know. I didn't write down like what they're called, but you get like these like random things that like change up the way you play every time you play it. Seems interesting. I don't know. Supposedly it's coming out October 12th of this year. So we shall see. Again, it's going to be a day one Game Pass, so I mean, if you have Game Pass, just play it there. I'm sure it'll be on Game Pass PC as well.
I mean, I'm sure it would be.
I mean, why not? I mean, I didn't specify whether or not it's going to be on like the console Game Pass or the PC Game Pass. I'm just assuming Game Pass Ultimate, because it's like both. At this point, Game Pass is just Game Pass.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, they're about to bring like Game Pass to your TV.
Yeah.
So. Okay, fine. I'll play it with you. I'll see what it's like. I never played any of the like Left 4 Dead games.
I was gonna say, we've been sitting in here every night playing Call of Duty Zombies. Don't tell me you're not interested in playing co-op zombies. Get the hell out of here.
All right, fine. Okay, so next, I guess the one that everyone's talking about, or like the one of two that everyone's talking about, Elden Ring. I was reading some stuff about this. Apparently, before he was even partnered up with Miyazaki, George R.R. Martin was like writing the world for this game, or not even a game. He's gone on record saying that it's more than just a game, which makes me think, they're gonna have like tie-in movies, and he's gonna write books and lore guides, and it's gonna be insanely in depth, and I'm never going to understand a damn thing about it, which is great because I'm excited for this damn game.
Yeah, it looks good.
No, it doesn't. It looks nothing like Demon Souls remake.
Did you see him?
Just kidding. No, it looks really good.
Did you see him say that it was like a sequel to Dark Souls and like?
And then Miyazaki was like, "It's not sequel to Dark Souls."
Yeah. That's genuinely funny. But I mean,
I guess in George R.R. Martin's mind, yeah, it's a sequel to Dark Souls. Like maybe it has a lot of inspiration. I mean, obviously, it's from the dark, twisted mind of Hidetaka Miyazaki.
This is the most Dark Souls thing I've ever seen. So don't tell me it's not a sequel to Dark Souls. This looks exactly like Dark Souls. Honest
to God, the one thing that really sold me on this game was like the whole trailer. It's like, okay, cool. It's more Dark Souls, but then it shows your character just like thrusting their sword up into the air, it extending with magic, and him like impaling a wolf or some weird creature. I'm down for it. Even though I've never beaten a Souls game, and I probably never will. I'm here for it.
It looks cool. I mean, it looks like all of the things that you'd expect in a Souls game. I mean, he just summoned some people in like the trailer. There's like a giant dragon.
Yeah, and the dragon has spears that it throws at you.
He has like some magic. There's like a fast character. There's like a knight character. You can build anything.
You have an arm that you can rip off and reattach at will.
It looks cool. That's pretty much my thoughts on it. They're just
I mean, this one, okay, so it's coming out January 26th of 2022 unless it gets delayed, which, I mean, it might, but it might not, because it's been delayed so many times that people thought that it was just canceled. If it holds its release date, my birthday's right around that time, so I'm expecting someone to get it for me.
It looks cool. I mean, that's all I have to say about this, is that it looks cool. I mean, because I probably won't play it day one. It's just kind of, It's Dark Souls. I enjoyed Dark Souls, but I've kind of retired from Dark Souls, to be honest.
I guess that's fair. It's nice to see the original creators of Dark Souls coming back with another Souls-like after, 5 years, maybe longer.
It'll be on next gen and last gen.
Which is why, the trailer, there's a lot of complaints online, like, oh, it doesn't look as good as the Demon Souls remake, which was exclusive to PS5, let's be real.
Yeah, and the masters at Bluepoint made Demon Souls.
As I've said before, the master of the remaster.
That's right. Sony just needs to buy them, but whatever. Alright, so the next thing on my list, which is like my second most anticipated game, directly after Battlefield, is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Yo, I'm here for it.
Apparently it's going to come out early 2022. It is an all-star cast. If you haven't watched the trailer, it's got like Andy Samberg and a bunch of people that I didn't list because I didn't feel like it. It's a follow-up to
Wanda Sykes. She's in it.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, I couldn't care less about her, but her voice is funny.
I mean, it's like all comedians, basically, is what you need to know. Just go watch it yourself. It's a follow-up to Borderlands 2, the DLC Assault on Dragon's Keep, which is like the Tiny Tina DLC, which is like the Dungeons and Dragons DLC. If you ever played it, it's awesome. Apparently, this entire game is going to be sort of like that. So, like the Dungeons and Dragons. It's basically like Bender's Big Game, or Bender's Game, the video game, is sort of like how I've always thought of it. And then there's going to be a Dragon Lord boss. I don't know why I wrote that down. I just thought that was cool. They put that, I think the boss is in the trailer. But, yeah, there's not really much information other than just like a short little announcement trailer. But it looks cool. It's more Borderlands, which at this point, people are probably getting tired of, but I love Borderlands, so I'll take it. Yeah, plus, Tiny Tina was like my favorite character in Borderlands 2, and her DLC was hands down one of the best DLCs, if not the best. So I'll take it.
Having not played all the way through any of the Borderlands games, but also having enjoyed every second of playing any bit of the Borderlands games, I'm excited to see more of this.
I specifically remember getting a shotgun that shot swords, like 8 swords out of it, and it was awesome. But yeah, no, that one DLC, the Assault on Dragon's Keep, sticks out of my mind like the most when I think about Borderlands 2, because it was so much fun, and I wasn't expecting it to be as much fun as it was.
I guess that's fair.
Early next year, unless it gets delayed, which, let's be real, it might.
At this point, everything that we've talked about is probably getting delayed or canceled.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is something that my little sister and I are really excited for. Jurassic World Evolution 2. It looks like it's going to be much more like Planet Zoo, so a lot more in-depth park management. You have different environments to choose from. You're no longer, just stuck on Los Cinco Muertes, the 5 deaths. You're no longer stuck on those islands. So you've got, deserts, you've got rainforests, mountain ranges, a lot of new dinosaurs to actually capture and in cage, I guess. They're introducing a lot of new flying reptiles. For the first time, they're introducing marine reptiles, which, hell yes, give me prehistoric SeaWorld. I want to build that park. And at launch, it's going to have 75 species, which is more than the first game has with all of its DLCs. So, once they introduce all the new DLCs, I wonder what it's how many more dinosaurs there are going to be. It's going to, the game's story mode is supposed to take place directly after Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which kind of makes sense. You're no longer on the islands and you're wrangling these dinosaurs back into pens to keep them safe from humans. And it's coming out this year, according to the trailer.
At any point this year?
Yeah. Probably closer to November, maybe December. Or they might shadow drop it next month, who knows?
Yeah, that's true. It's coming out for everything, by the way.
Yeah.
So
except for Nintendo Switch, we don't have any word on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I commented on their Facebook post when they announced the game. I was like, "Will this be on PS5?" And like within minutes, the person that ran their Facebook page responded and said, "Yes, this will be coming to all next gen systems and current gen systems," which was nice.
Yeah.
Like they're obviously excited about this game coming out.
Yeah, it looks good. We need to play the first one on our channel.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
I've got all the DLCs.
Sick.
There's a lot of story DLC, man. And the last thing, the second game is once again narrated by Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the first game was too. The second game, they've got Jeff Goldblum, and they actually have Bryce Dallas Howard coming back. He also did part of the first game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. I'm down to play it. Next on my list was Forza, but we already talked about it. The last thing on my list of like things that I'm gonna buy like day one is or I guess play day one is Starfield, and I think everybody knows what Starfield is. It's supposedly coming out November 11th, 2022. It's going to be on Game Pass day one, and the big news was that it's going to be exclusive to Xbox Series and PC, which isn't that doesn't really surprise me that much, because if you're going to have an exclusive Bethesda product, which, I mean, let's face it, Microsoft needs exclusives. Starfield's a good one because they can't make Elder Scrolls 6 exclusive, because think of all the money.
Try.
No, they won't, because think of all of the money. They just paid $7 billion for Bethesda. They have to recoup that, and
well, I mean,
they're not going to cut out all of the PS4, PS5, or I don't know, if it's next gen, I guess PS5.
You also have to look, though, at the fact that Todd Howard came out and apologized to PlayStation fans about Starfield being Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything, but it's one of those, like, he might be trying to soften the blow, like, look, it does suck, I understand that, but we have a contract now and we have to stick with it. It could be, even though Microsoft has said that on a case-to-case basis they're going to make things either exclusive or not, we could see Elder Scrolls 6 being Microsoft exclusive.
I don't think there's just not a chance it'll be exclusive. But Starfield makes sense because it's brand new. Nobody knows what it is. It seems like the thing that you would make exclusive. You know, you don't want to cut however many gazillions of PS5 owners. There's going to be more PS5 owners than there will be Xbox owners. That's just a fact at this point. And you don't want to cut all those customers out, because every copy they sell on PlayStation is $1 in Microsoft's pocket now. So, I mean, they're making money on all sides, and they probably want to capitalize on it. Although, so what's interesting, though, is I mentioned the release date, November 11th, 2022.
11 years to the day of Skyrim's release.
Which is interesting, yeah. I noticed that immediately when I wrote that down. It makes me think that, like, originally I was going to say it's going to get delayed. That was my original thinking. And then I saw the release date as November 11th, and I was like, I bet they really want to hit that. Like, because that's such a... I remember very specifically the Skyrim trailer with the, like... Yeah, where it ended with that. That was, like, the coolest thing ever. And I would imagine that they probably want to, like, do something cool again like that in the Starfield release trailer, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. But we don't really know anything about it. It looks kind of like No Man's Sky, sort of, but not really.
Okay, so they actually did say
Mass
that...
Effect.
They did say that this is Skyrim in space.
Yeah.
I mean, like, in their press conference, they did legit just say, yeah, it's Skyrim in space.
Which sounds cool as hell. Let's be real. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll find out more, I'm sure.
But it's also, like... It's much less like fantasy sci-fi. It's more like it's
sci-fi?
set 30.
Sci-fi?
No, I mean, not really. They said it's like only 30 years in Earth's future, and you start off in a like base on the moon. There's no like crazy.
It's like realistic sci-fi.
I guess like there may not even be alien stuff like everybody's expecting.
Interesting. I kind of want it to be like The Expanse, where it's like sort of like scientific sci-fi, where it's like sci-fi but it makes sense a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That doesn't. It makes sense.
I want to be a space pirate. That's all I want. Out of anything, any
That's
game.
true.
Just make me a space pirate now. All games.
We'll see.
I see your next game right here in front of me, and I'm so disappointed in myself that I did not write this down.
Yeah, no. So Diablo 2 Resurrected. I was expecting to see some stuff about maybe Diablo Immortals, the mobile game, or Diablo 4, but no, they gave us a release date for Diablo 2 Resurrected, and they want us to know that, yeah, this is coming first and foremost because A, it's the most popular Diablo ever made, and B, look how great we made our game look. And we're watching the cinematic trailer right now, but when they showed off the actual like reveal trailer with this is what it looked like 20 years ago and this is what it looks like now, I mean, damn, it looks really good. The gameplay looks exactly the same as it did 20 years ago,
which is cool.
But it's more Diablo, and it's more of what everybody loves. I'm here for it. It's September 23rd, 2021. We're going to get it in like 2 months' time, 3 months, whatever. I can't do math.
It looks fun as hell. It really does look cool. The combat from the trailer seems static. I never played this originally. So, I don't know. It's cool. It'd be cool to play it. You play it 4K, 60 frames a second. Looks fun as hell. Yeah,
no, this is one I'm picking up day one.
Yeah, same.
Maybe. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be on Game Pass. I believe they actually showed this off at the Xbox press conference, and they said Game Pass day one.
They made the gameplay look better, but it still plays the same, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot more lighting effects, and there's, like, particle effects, smoke, realistic, just everything. But the combat's just the same fun Diablo 2. It's like they're running the source code in a new engine.
Yeah. 8-player co-op is pretty cool. I mean, I don't know 7 people that are going to play this, but it's still, if you do, that's awesome. You could do like a full-on like raid.
You don't know 7 people total who are going to play this. It's just going to flop.
Dude, I don't know 7 people total. That looks like Tyrael at the end, and I'm assuming it is because it looks exactly like him. I never played Diablo 2. I don't know if he's in that, but I don't know. It looks cool. It seems like the time to release this was like a long time ago, and like they should be announcing Diablo 4 right now. But you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't put that on my list because I was so excited for that when they announced it. It looks like a lot of fun. I've spent way too much time in Diablo 3.
Yeah, I enjoy the games. I've never beaten one. Oops.
I mean, there's a lot of games I haven't beaten, so.
Yeah, my backlog is insane. Out of the, we did the math out of the like $13,000 worth of video games I've got on these shelves here. I've probably beaten only about $1,000 worth of them.
Oh, that's what our channel's for. We need to start beating games.
Games like...
That's what my channel was for, and then I
like
stopped
Joe Biden
playing.
touches young girls.
Oh, God. Why?
Because it's true and the people need to know.
All right, what's your next game? I mean, I see it in front of me.
I mean, I get, yeah, okay, so I've always liked Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
There's never been a lot on offer. Now they've partnered with Disney to bring A Pirate's Life, and they have like the Kingdom Hearts Johnny Depp voice actor that's not actually Johnny Depp. Just, oh, he's going to be playing Captain Jack Sparrow, and you're going to be going on adventures on the high seas of the Sea of Thieves. Savvy? That kind of stuff, you know, it's going to be great. Which, I mean, with my grandma character, it was just going to be talking to Captain Jack.
So we played like a solid amount of Sea of Thieves before.
Like 8 hours.
Like you played like this grandmother and I played like this like young granddaughter, and we like sort of did like this whole...
I was like a senile, horny gilf.
And but we didn't record any of it, and we need to go back and do it again to put it on the channel, but
oh yeah,
it was fun.
But it got me thinking, like, now that they're going to introduce Captain Jack Sparrow, what if I just make my own Jack Sparrow? And the whole time I'm just doing my Captain Jack impression. It's one of the good. It's one that I'm actually good at, mate.
I don't think anybody wants to listen to that for 8 hours
Just
straight.
Jack Sparrow arguing with Jack Sparrow. But yeah, no, I think it's good. It's what this game needs. It needs actual story to be like something that people are engaged with, and by including Pirates of the Caribbean, I mean they've got Joshua Gibbs, for God's sake.
They need. I think you actually just said it right. We're like, they need something that engages players, because like the amount of times where I've started to play Sea of Thieves and then had no idea what to do, and so I just stop because the game feels empty, and it feels like if you don't play it with a bunch of people to create your own fun, there's nothing to do. I've always felt, I don't know, hopefully they've added enough content in the last few years to like make it fun again. Davy Jones is or whatever.
Yeah, Davy Jones. What's weird is that like these
cool.
they're using the character models from like the Disney Infinity games. So they're like the weird toy
like
action
cartoony
figure thing.
Yeah.
Which fits perfectly with the aesthetic of Sea of Thieves anyway, but they're literally just using the exact same character models from the failed Disney Infinity. Oh god, yeah, I'm here for it.
It looks cool.
I want to play it.
It'll be worth jumping back in and messing around maybe. I want to be that old man with that glowing stick thing.
Old man, you say? Well, hey, Sonny, it's I'm Granny. Oh, bugger, what's my name? Anyway, yeah. So I'm excited to play more of this. It'll be good, hopefully. On the subject of Captain Jack Sparrow, free Johnny Depp from this bullshit. Fuck Amber Heard, she's an abusive bitch.
Do you have any more games?
Oh, I have plenty.
Oh, okay.
Well, by plenty, I mean I have 3 that I'm still excited for that I'm getting absolutely day one. We need to talk about the sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Because I enjoyed the first one immensely. Everything that like has been revealed so far, which is almost nothing, if you dig into the detail of the trailers, there's actually a lot to see. So like, obviously you're continuing the story from the first game, and you're playing as Link. Unfortunately, you don't get to play as Zelda like a lot of us wanted to. But it looks like you're going to Skyloft. There's floating islands. Ganondorf is back. He like curses Link with the Blight or whatever you call it, the Calamity Blight. And in the trailer, it shows Link in the outfit from like 10,000 years ago. He has long flowing hair like the mural on the wall. It looks like he's the original hero that they talk about in the first game. And so I don't know, I think maybe there's going to be some time travel involved, especially like now that there's been a lot of people digging around. If you play the music backwards from the first and second trailer, they like mimic different musics from the first game. But specifically in the second trailer, when you play the music backwards, it's the exact same music as when the creepy old king who's in love with little boy Link, he's like telling him the history of Hyrule, and he's like, and here, the hero fell protecting those he loved, or something like that. It's the same music.
Okay.
As when he's talking about that. So it makes me think, yeah, they're going to be doing some time traveling. Maybe.
Interesting.
It's Zelda. They can do whatever the hell they want, and people are going to eat it up.
Yeah.
I also think, based on the level of detail that this game has compared to the first one, at least from the trailer standpoint, they have volumetric clouds. There were not volumetric clouds in the first game because the Switch system can't really handle that. I think we're looking at another launch title for the unannounced Nintendo Switch Pro. I don't know. I'm ready for more Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. I'm not, because I'm probably not going to play it. I wasn't like a Breath of the Wild fan, but
you can send your hate mail to.
But it does look cool. I'm glad that like people that enjoyed Breath of the Wild are getting more of it, because it's interesting that they're releasing. I remember when they announced Skyward Sword remaster or whatever, it seemed like, wow, that seems like a terrible idea. Why would you want to remaster that one? There's other great games you could actually remaster first, but it
First
makes
off,
sense.
it's the 10th anniversary of the game. And yes, second, it makes sense because they might be going back in time to a Skyloft era.
They want to give you time to replay Skyward Sword before jumping into Breath of the Wild 2, because I'm assuming the two are going to be interconnected.
Exactly. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Loft Wings reintroduced in Breath of the Wild sequel.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It looks cool. Next up on our list.
I guess, okay, so I've never been a huge fan of any of the Metroid games. I've played them, they're alright. I saw the trailer for Metroid Dread, and all I could think was, oh, God, you're Samus running around in, like, an alien movie. Give it to me. Because it's like a 2D platformer Metroid where you've got your guns, you got your arm cannons, and then there's just a freaky ass like GLaDOS ripoff that has legs and crawls after you.
Yep. That pretty much sums it up.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing else to say. They showed some gameplay and it's like, oh, okay, it's typical Metroid. But now you actually have an enemy that's actively stalking you like a xenomorph.
It looks cool. It looks very like
it looks like it could be creepy if you played it late at night.
Like a horror game almost.
Yeah.
It I don't know. It looks cool. I don't know if I'll play it day one, but it looks fun. I'll keep my eye on it.
Yeah. In waiting for more Metroid, at this point everyone's just waiting for Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
This looks like a fun platformer to play.
Yeah. Which is cool, because it looks like it'd be right at home on the Switch.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then, okay, so we can move on from that, because it's not a whole lot.
There's really not much to say about it, to be honest.
And I'm not going to bring up the trailer for it, because it's not worth it. But the other one that I'm probably going to get day one, which it's coming out this year, Mario Party Superstars. It's like the most popular boards and the most popular mini games from the Nintendo 64 era being remastered on the Nintendo Switch using like the Super Mario Party engine.
Yeah. And
I love me some Mario Party. To be honest, Super Mario Party's boards were lackluster, to put it gently. Yeah. The mini games were all fun, but that's really all you can say about it. I don't know. I want to play it. I want more Mario Party. Give it to me.
Yeah, and we can play it for the channel. So
yeah, absolutely.
Win-win.
And we don't have to use the Joy-Cons, which is good because all of my Joy-Cons are broken. Stupid stick drift.
Yep. They tried to capitalize on all the like putting the 18 different sensors in a single Joy-Con, and I don't know. Return to simplicity is cool with me.
Yeah, no, we've got just regular Pro controllers which are usable in this one. So yeah. All right. I've got a few things to keep an eye on that I want to talk about.
All right, go for it.
Just briefly mention them. I'm not going to go in depth.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
So the only games I have on my list are games that did not show up at E3, but that I wanted to just mention. And then one game that did show up at E3 that I'm just going to keep my eye on.
All right.
And that's it.
Okay, so
you go first.
First one that I have written down, it was Halo Infinite, so we can move past that. Assassin's Creed Valhalla Year 2. So we're not getting a new Assassin's Creed next year. I was thinking that we would get one because that's their cycle now, is 1 or 2 every 2 years or something like that. But it looks like they're not going to be releasing a new Assassin's Creed in 2022. There's just going to be more DLC. I'm here for that. Maybe they can make Assassin's Creed Valhalla fun and playable. God knows I wasted 150 hours beating that story and don't remember a thing of it other than Alfred helped you to, spoiler alert, take down the Order of the Ancients so that he could create the Templars. Anyway,
it's not fun. We can do a whole podcast on Assassin's Creed and like what makes an Assassin's Creed game fun, because I mean, we've talked about it extensively for hours in the past, but
yeah,
But yeah, no, I'm not looking forward to this, nor do I care.
Although I will say, I do want to play the Sacking of Francia. That DLC will probably be fun, especially because they're reintroducing black box missions. Anywho, next thing on my list, Final Fantasy Origin, whatever the full name is, I don't know.
Oh, it's like the collection thing, right?
No.
Oh
God, no, I don't care about those original.
What is the
remasters.
collection?
The collection is the first 6 games just remastered on the Switch.
That seems kind of cool. Like, I could kind of get behind
by remastered, I mean, like, they're the same pixelated, monstrous mashups, which, I'll play them.
It seems cool that they would do that.
They're just the same pixelated stuff. But yeah, no, the Final Fantasy Origin is the Souls-like Final Fantasy that's like the first game remade with a new story design. I played a little bit of the demo. It's all right.
Oh, that's what you were playing that one day that was like, looked kind of just bleh.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
just kind of bleh.
I'll play it. It's not going to be like number 1 on my list when it comes out, but I'll play it.
It didn't look particularly good or play particularly good, but you could tell there was potential.
It's like
there.
alpha.
Yeah, it looks...
at the moment.
It's not great.
So then another one that I wrote down, which I may not even want to pick this one up now that I've learned it's a live service game, Babylon's Fall. Aesthetically, it looks pretty cool. The gameplay looks like it might be fun, but it's going to be one of those pay-to-play kind of games. I'm not about that.
Yeah, no.
Another one that like ended the Bethesda conference, which kind of came out of nowhere, Redfall.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my eye on that one. I want to 4-player co-op and slay some vampires with my buddies.
Yeah. I mean, that seems cool. It seems like a very Left 4 Dead type thing, just with vampires instead of zombies, which was what I was thinking when they showed it.
And it's one of those things that like, the name Redfall, everyone thought that was like the name of, when they trademarked it, everyone was like, oh, is that Elder Scrolls 6 Redfall? We're going to Redfall? No, it's this vampire hunting game.
Yeah, and it's developed by Arcane, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it might be fun. Who knows? Then Stalker 2, the Chernobyl game.
Yeah.
Another Chernobyl game. We have Chernobylite coming out as well, but I didn't put that on the list. Stalker 2, I don't know. It's all in Russian. I love Russian Chernobyl stuff. I might play it. I might not, but I might. And it's going to be on PS5, so I'll play it on that for the adaptive triggers.
Yeah. If you end up getting it, we could do like a video or 2 on it.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be good. Probably. Maybe. It looks like Metro Exodus.
I mean, I'm down for it.
Yeah. Then, okay, so this will be the last one I talk about. The Far Cry 6 Villains Pass. So Far Cry 6 just looks like more Far Cry. I mean, I already have it pre-ordered. I'll play it day 1. And the season pass for the game is also going to have Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Never played that. I'm excited to get my hands on that.
Fun as hell.
The Villains Pass. I'm actually kind of excited to play as the 3 main villains of the last 3 numbered entries in the Far Cry universe. That's going to be hella tight.
Yeah.
Especially getting to play as Pagan Min. I know not everybody loved that character. I freaking love Pagan Min. He's so psychotic and he's fun.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of those psychopaths that, like, he doesn't know that he's a psychopath, so he just thinks that everything he's doing is for the good of for the good of himself and for the good of his nation. Whereas, every other villain is in these universes like, oh yeah, I'm doing bad things for the right reasons. Pagan Min is like, everything I do is good.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, Voss will be it's supposedly a playable character, yeah.
And it looks like his story is going to be like running in fear from the main protagonist of Far Cry 3, who I came to understand from you, he actually became more of the villain by the end of the story.
Yeah, it makes complete sense, because if you've never played Far Cry 3, I highly recommend it. I still think it's probably the best Far Cry ever created. It has a better story. Jason, the main guy, is like more interesting than any of the other silent protagonists. I think the villain is crazy just because he's crazy. They didn't try to like justify it with like a political thing or like a religious thing or like, it was just, no, this guy's crazy. That's it. That's why he's acting crazy. Yep. He's just crazy. And I don't know. It's cool.
Oh man, one last thing in regards to Far Cry. Kind of had this, it's nothing to do with the game that's coming out. I kind of had this thought, of like they made Herc out to be this total racist whenever he first shows up in Far Cry 4 and he's in the back of the Golden Path's truck. And he's like, yeah, we're going to kill some of them Golden Path monkeys or whatever he says. And, and the Indian dude is like, I keep telling you, we are the Golden Path. Man, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't understand what you're saying. Speak English. And like everybody's like, oh God, Herc's just a racist who doesn't understand accents. But I had this thought. Your guy, Ajay Ghale, he was raised in an Indian and English speaking household. Maybe all of the characters are speaking to you in Indian, but because you can understand them, it translates. So when he tells Herc, they're the Golden Path, this guy's not a racist. He just doesn't understand whatever Hindi language is being spoken.
He genuinely doesn't understand it.
Yeah. That was just a big brain moment for me. Like, oh, this guy speaks both English and Indian, and so therefore we can understand what they're saying. Herc's an American. He can't understand shit.
That's awesome. All right, so I only have like a few games left to mention. One is like confirmed that's coming to PS4 and PS5. I'm assuming it'll be on everything else, but I don't know for sure. Is Salt and Sacrifice coming in 2022, which is a Souls-like indie game. It's the sequel to Salt and Sanctuary. If you're into that, I don't know. It looks cool. It's a little bit weird. It's like a 2D Souls-like. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's one that I was gonna keep my eye on. And then I had 3 games on here that weren't at E3 that I was disappointed because I wanted to see these the most out of anything. One of them makes the most sense why it wasn't there, and that game is Hogwarts Legacy. It makes sense that wasn't there because, you know.
Well, okay, almost everything that Warner Brothers was making wasn't there.
They pushed it.
Which kind of sucks because I was expecting, to go back to Warner Bros. And them only showing one game, which no one remembers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, all 3 of my games are Warner Brothers games.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting a reveal of like the next Middle-earth game, which they said that Middle-earth Shadow of War was the last game they're making in the series. Bullshit, there's so much money to be made in that series.
Yeah.
And especially with the Nemesis system, they have something there that no other company has.
Yeah, because some people are already trying to copy the Nemesis system. Like
they have been since 2014. They just haven't been able to make a viable contender.
So, Hogwarts Legacy, disappointed to not see that, but it makes sense. Suicide Squad. I just wanted something.
Yes.
I just wanted like a trailer or something.
The Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. The name is so amazing.
Yeah.
The reveal trailer last year was great.
Yeah. I just wanted anything. I didn't want necessarily like an hour of gameplay. I just wanted something.
Yeah.
And then Gotham Knights, which looks awesome. I'm like a huge Arkham fan, and Gotham Knights looks like I'm finally getting to play as the characters that I wanted to play as all the way through the Arkham games. And like the little sections where you'd play as like Catwoman, or you'd play as like Robin, or you'd play as like Batgirl. I was like, this is what I want the entire game to be. And then they announced Gotham Knights, and I was like, oh my God, I've willed this into existence. But then they didn't show anything, and whatever. It looks the footage. There is footage that you can go watch that was released like a while back. And it looks cool. It's like Batgirl riding like this motorcycle thing, and I don't know. Apparently it's gonna be like a co-op game too, if you want to, or you could play it single player. I don't know. It looks cool. It's got the same combat that everyone loves from the Arkham games. You know, it's the Batman universe, so can't go wrong. Anyways, that was our E3 like wrap up list.
And a closing statement on the subject of Batman. Batman absolutely would go down on, what is it, Catwoman? The whole controversy is?
I think so, I don't know.
Let's face it. Warner Bros. Is full of shit. Batman would absolutely go down on a woman. Because heroes do that.
Didn't they have like... Oh, see, that doesn't make sense to me because they had like a full-on... Is it in Killing Joke? Probably not. I can't remember.
I think it's Killing Joke.
Where like Batman and Batgirl have like this full-on scene, and like it's really uncomfortable.
I think that's probably why they nixed it. But their reasoning for getting rid of it was heroes don't do that. Bullshit. Heroes do that. They take care of their woman.
And with that, we will see you in the next video.
Like, comment, and subscribe.